was at 20. Made my first 100,000 at 23.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Vikings and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February, there's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers. You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And Cook going to pick up a Vikings first down as he's up to the 24. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Charles, a tough task ahead for this defense, trying to slow down Aaron Rodgers. What would you be trying to do?
I would think about selective pressure, Brandon, and what I mean by that is he's going to eat you up if you blitz him too often because he'll read that and go to the man coverage patterns. But every now and then you bring that pressure at him, make him deliver the ball on time. It's when he keeps the ball, maneuvers out of the pocket, and throws deep, that's when you're in big trouble.
You look at this Raiders defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. He'll dump this off to Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2nd and 11. Rodgers again now. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he's got it inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one good for 37 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Rodgers. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. The Raiders at 3-9 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll go again with Patterson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Ryan. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On second down, a run with Patterson. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Ryan. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. Hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
On 3rd and 1, O'Connell. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions, and guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
That is caught. Oh, he's got a little... And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. O'Connell looking to throw yet again. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Patterson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Back to throw. O'Connell. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing. O'Connell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow laying himself out in the end zone. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Here's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about this defense? He came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Rodgers now to throw. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Rodgers to throw once more. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead.
Separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
But that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You can tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now O'Connell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Rodgers' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. Broken tackle. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Rodgers. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Thielen going to go in motion right.
Well, a fake on the jet sweep as they run with Cook up the middle. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Off the play fake, here's O'Connell.
Open man, that's Renfro. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now it's O'Connell.
Forced out to his left. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Raiders. O.J. Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown at the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Rodgers. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the shotgun, O'Connell. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Second down and 3. They'll try the middle with Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
Holding, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll run with Patterson. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Here's A.J. Cole now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game.